Real quick, I'm gonna try and keep this brief, very brief. So I'm seeing this topic come up. It popped up on my YouTube. It's a YouTuber I subscribed to. She was basically talking about how the whole being sexy look or being overly revealing is actually it's, first of all, it's dangerous and it's detrimental to your well-being, because it's just because of how people will perceive you. Like, they see you as something to lust after. They're not really looking at the internal parts. Like, yeah, there are some people that look at that and the external, whatever. But yeah, they're not. Some people, it's just about, yeah, it's overly over the top, overly lustful, all those things. Correct. Okay. And there was like a lot of people in the comment section talking about, oh yeah, when I was at this age, I wanted to be sexy. I wanted to be sexy. I wanted to be seen as this, and that. And a lot of people, it's starting at even at real younger ages, not even 17. It gets started at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like, it's no limit to where this type of thought process can start. And that shapes you, and it ends up trickling into your brain, your mental, and then you start thinking, oh, this is the way to look, the sexy look, let me wear tight clothing, let me show myself this and that. So basically, I was seeing all this in the comment section, and a lot of people were like, oh, well, why do I feel this way? We should be maintaining our innocence, and then even if we're older, we should just be protecting ourselves. We shouldn't be overly sexualizing ourselves, overly feeling like we have to be lusted after and overly sexy, right? But here's the thing I said. This is what I said in the comment section, y'all. I said, what people don't understand is, look at what you was looking at a young age. What music videos did you grow up watching? What did you see in those music videos? What did the women look like? What were the women wearing? Was they dressed modestly? No. It was overly revealing. You saw thongs, you saw butt cheeks, you saw big breasts, all that. You saw I don't know if the BBLs was out in the early 2000s, but they like really popular now. But I'm just saying, that's all you saw growing up. So I don't know what other people saw when they were growing up in their era. I know me growing up personally, my era, I grew up in the early 2000s. I was born in 1998. And I would say, me personally, I didn't really start thinking about, how I have to look for the opposite sex until it was like a switch went off in my brain. It's so weird how it works. For me, it didn't happen until, for some people it's earlier, but for me, I was experiencing this at like, I would say it was when middle school, so 7th, 8th grade, I think, I was about like 13, between 12 to 14, around that age. That was when I started worrying about my body and how I looked. And it all came from, I remember this boy, he just made fun of me. He was like, dang, Jewel, you ain't got no butt. You ain't got nothing back there. And I would never forget that. And I remember how that actually hurt my feelings. Like, I was sad. I was like, dang, I don't have a butt. Like, y'all, literally, it's like a switch. Automatically, I started feeling self-conscious about myself. And then, if I did wear, I'm already a tomboy, all that stuff. Sometimes I would wear certain baggy clothes and stuff. But then I also thought, like, oh, these boys ain't really messing with me. They think I'm ugly, this and that. Maybe first of all, I need to start gaining weight, and that's a whole nother thing. Anyways, like, boys was making fun of me for being skinny and all that stuff. I would say girls were making fun of me too. So, like, both sexes were making fun of me. But yeah, I remember that, and I remember how like I just started thinking, okay, maybe I need to start wearing, tight clothes, or like tighter clothing to show my butt off, and maybe this won't happen, and I gotta start putting on some weight. I need to be hitting my squats and all this stuff. It's just like, especially when I got into high school, it was just like, Lord. But yeah, y'all. So this is going on, and I realized, oh, okay, if I wear like tighter clothing, revealing clothing and stuff like that, right, people would, you know, the boys would like look at me more. They would pay more attention to me. And also nobody would mistake me for a boy either, because that would happen a lot when I was younger, if I was wearing like overly baggy stuff, or it happens now depending on what I'm wearing. But I would say, yeah, if I was wearing some basketball clothing and stuff, people would mistake me for a boy. And I was like, dang, well, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl, and I'm just wearing, you know, that would bother me. So I'm thinking, oh, well, let me go the whole 360 and wear the short shorts, and we have my butt out. Ain't nobody gonna mistake me for a guy. And also the dudes is gonna be on me because they see, you know, I'm wearing revealing clothing. And it was so sad because, you know, what boys would think of you back then, at least in my opinion, it was so important. It was so important. And I would say even now women are still dealing with this, like trying to, you know, live up to certain expectations and things, because that's what society wants, and that's what, believe it or not, what men want. Whether they can lie to themselves all they want. It's just, I find it hard to believe y'all sometimes. It's hard. I find y'all hard to believe. But I just remember when I was in middle school, I put on these pants. There was like these cargo pants, and they really shaped my butt pretty well. And I remember I came to school, and this dude actually complimented me, and he was saying like, oh, so it's weird how things changes from one year to the next. I think this was 8th grade year, and this dude said, oh, Jewel, you got a butt now. Or it wasn't the same dude, it was some other dude. And y'all, I let that shit go to my head, and I'm thinking like, oh no, oh he must really like me. Oh, he likes me now because of the clothes I'm wearing. And I remember coming home, and y'all, why was I wearing them pants every day? I'm trying to wash them, make sure they clean. Okay, I'm wearing these pants from now on. I ain't wearing no other pants. I'm wearing these tight-fitted or nicely fitted cargo pants. And I remember my mother being upset because she was wondering why I was wearing them every day. This is when my mother was still alive before she passed away. She was just like, okay. I was telling her like, Mom, I want to wear these because the boys think I look good in these, and you know, I'm trying to get the attention, and they're saying these look good, and these are what the girls are saying that you need to wear to get attention, and you need to be looking like this. And then my mother looked at me, and she was like, oh Lord. I remember she was just like, that's not the kind of attention you want. But I'm like, but Mom, and it's like, you know. But she's just, and also, y'all, that's not good for your pH balance. Like TMI, but y'all, that's not good for down there. Woman, it's not good. Like, you know, it was thrown off. TMI, disgusting. But yeah, she was just telling me like, that's not the kind of attention you want. Okay, and I get it. It's hard. I know that it's so important to get that attention. You think you want it, but you have to realize like, it's not worth it. It's okay. And she told me when I get older, you'll see like you won't even care for the attention, and it'll actually be annoying. So just don't. This is not the end all be all. It's not that important. These dudes are dogs. They're just, you don't want that kind of attention. But like I said before, it's so hard for me hearing that, because all the stuff I'm seeing in the music videos, I'm seeing, oh, these the girls that get the attention, and the girls that be dressing like this, that be looking all sexy and stuff like this. This is what men want. So I need to be looking like this, you know. But yeah, that was just her trying to yoke me up, like bring me back to reality. Like, no, like these dudes are, you know, men are gross. They're dogs. You don't want to do that. That's not, you don't want that. Trust me, it will get annoying, and it's dangerous. It's like, you don't want that type of attention. It just causes trouble. It can cause trouble after a while. But yeah, let me know if I left some things out. This video is kind of long, but yeah, it's about 10 minutes. Just let me know what y'all think about this. If I missed anything, did I hit the nail on the head at all? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you made it to the very end, comment a sneaker emoji. You know, just a sneaker, like a shoe emoji or something. Any emoji. Bye.